Hello everybody, welcome to my channel. This is Nikki Zick, and today I'm going to be doing part 2 of my 4-part series of abstract watercolor florals. This is a rose done in mixed media of ultrafine permanent marker and then watercolor washes and splatter paint in the background to give this a light and airy feeling. So let's get started and I'll show you how I did this artwork. First, I already drew my outline of where I wanted to place my flower heads and leaves, so that way it'd be easy to follow along for myself. And the way I approach to do these roses, it's just a pinwheel going around and around in a circle to form the flower. So there's 3 flowers, and I'll start with the top one first, and starting with the pinwheel, just going around, spacing it larger and larger as you go around the pinwheel, and then at the end just do and let it go on top of itself. Same thing now on the left. We'll draw the pinwheel, and this is a rose, and it's very abstract, but it indicates, and you can tell that it's a floral, and I'm making it be a rose. Okay, now that we have our 3 flowers finished, we'll draw our center stem for our roses. We'll go down the stem twice and follow the curve. We'll connect our flowers to the main stem with 2 lines. Next, we'll draw the leaf on the top, right? Draw the leaf and draw 2 stems. And then inside the leaf, draw a second leaf, a stem, and little veins diagonally going in 2 different directions on the center leaf. Then we have another leaf coming out of the first, and the same idea, draw 2 leaves and one in the center, having the detail lines. Now we have a leaf coming out of this rose. We'll do the center leaf, having the veins going diagonal. Then we have a leaf growing off of the center stem. Bring it back down with the center stem, and now draw a leaf inside, the same way we did for the leaves before, and draw the diagonal lines. Here we have a leaf coming off of the rose, so we'll draw that in. Then we have a leaf on the bottom. We're almost finished with the artwork. This is also growing off the stem, so it has a vein going to the stem of the main rose. Here we have another one like that. 2 stems, and then a center leaf, and the vein. And this leaf is more horizontal in position. And I'm just drawing dashed lines. Nothing is perfect. Nothing is exact. That's what makes, and nothing is mechanical. No 2 leaves are the same. So now our artwork is finished, and I'm going to take my eraser on the flat side and remove all the pencil lines that I did not go over with the permanent marker, so that way they don't show through my watercolor. Okay, my pad is all clean and ready to go. I'll add some, spray my paint palette with some fresh clean water. And this is going to be a fast-moving artwork. Like the other ones in this series, I paint the flowers all at the same time, so that way they bleed together, the colors that I put adjacent to them. Next, I put a cherry red around the center. I did a peach, and then the cherry red around the outer edge on each flower. Just on the outer edge. You could let it touch the peach a little, but I'm going to come back in with more peach and make a second shade of the pink that I laid down. Next we'll go into our leaves with a nice apple green, a light shade, and just do some dashes in the leaves with the green because we're going to be adding other colors. And we don't fill in all the leaves, just 4 leaves we're going to fill in. I'll blend this one slightly. You don't want too much paint. Next I'm going to add a color that you wouldn't expect to put in this floral, but I'm adding some brown little dots in my leaves to give it a little bit different look. Next I'm going to let it dry for a minute or 2, and then I'll come back and put the splatter paint. Be right back. Okay, now that our artwork is dry, and while I was on the break, I added an additional line for all of our stems. So we have 3 lines shown to make the center stem a little bit thicker. So now that our artwork is dry, I'm going to add our splatter paint, and for that I'm going to use both the red and then the apple green. So you want a medium to thick consistency, slightly more on the watery side, so that way when you splatter it flies off the paintbrush. So we're going to do some splatter paint here and there on the artwork, filling in the background as good and possible as you can, because we have a lot of it to fill in. And don't go too much with the red because we're going to add the green right now. So get your green to nice consistency. And we'll add some splatters of the green in the background, on the top. And it just adds a nice effect to the finished artwork. And there you have it. This is our part 2 stylized abstract floral, and this is a rose. So if you like the video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you're new to the channel, please hit subscribe. It'll really help me out a lot. And I'll see you again, and happy painting.